Shaun, you know how in previous episodes, hearing about your raves and nightlife and singlehood stories made me a little bit envious.
Yeah.
I'm in Palm Springs. Did Molly last night. Went to bed at 4 a.m. 3 hours of sleep, and feel like the club lights just came on. Got my coffee, and I feel like Shaun. I was like, oh, this is how he lives.
Wow. What happened?
Um, cool, fun birthday party, kind of like a Burning Man crowd, and so they had Molly and some other party drugs, and but they're friends of mine, so I feel safe with them. Uh, put all the kids down early, and we went into a room and everyone took stuff and turned the music up, and yeah, dude, wow,
First time?
first time ever in my life.
You're still
Some
high.
some revelations though, I thought because people talk a lot about Molly and sex. I always imagined Molly as like the sex drug, and
Yeah.
I know you feel tingly and all this, but it's not. It's actually, so what I felt was, um, it's a heart opening drug.
Yeah.
I was like massaging everyone's feet. It was like normal, and
Yeah.
you're very kind of like touchy, the deep conversations, and you're very open, very fast.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I don't really know what the mechanisms are, but you're basically flooded with all of the serotonin that your body has available, right?
Which I have zero of right now.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's
Yeah.
gone now. It's
Oh my
gone
god, dude!
now.
I feel so depleted. I feel like the serotonin God gave me for the rest of this year, I've already used up. I ate my
But
marshmallows, man.
but guess what? You'll get more next week.
Mm,
You're already like stockpiling slowly. You'll be fine. You'll be
yeah,
fine.
I'm assuming you've done this many times.
Too many times.
Oh, okay.
Like hundreds,
Hundreds,
hundreds of times.
hundreds.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow. And you generally like this?
I love it. That's my drug of choice.
Oh, it is.
Oh yeah.
So I think for me it's this and mushrooms are at the top, because this is like this thing has wheels. When you're landing, it's like the wheels come. I could hear the wheels coming out, and
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
as opposed to other drugs where you just fucking crash. And mushrooms I love just because, watching stars dance in the sky, and like Joshua trees when I've done those.
Dude, you're so poetic.
You,
Just the way you talk is very like watching stars dance in the sky. Like
yeah,
that's a fucking song lyric somewhere. You
I
know?
don't know. Thank you, Shaun.
You're just a poetic dude.
Oh, thanks, brother. I appreciate it. Are you on Molly now? Because it seems like that's. Are you
I
connecting
mean
to me at 8 in the morning?
just a little bit, a little bit. I mean, I'm on caffeine right now, but
Yeah, me too.
wow, I have so many questions. Did you and Vanessa have some deep talks?
Well, we all did as a group. It was a small group here. I felt myself wanting to. So we were kind of touching each other, leg, just being affectionate.
Cuddle puddle.
Cuddle, yeah. And then I wanted to like make out with her. I didn't necessarily need to have sex. I just wanted to make out with her. But I don't know. It was kind of, I didn't want to just start making out with someone, in the middle of a middle of conversation. I mean, I guess you could. I guess it kind of sets the tone. But yeah, everyone was just kind of like, you know what it was like? I said, this feels like an adult slumber party.
Mm.
And they're like, yes, that's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
So lots of cuddling, nothing creepy, tons of respect, communication, and good friends. So not strangers. And so I could see though, with this drug, you can have a conversation with someone, and someone that you're not necessarily attracted to, but because of this, you have no problem like kissing and connecting in that way, making out.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not a sex drug. It's a
No.
sensual. It's sensual, not sexual.
Yes, it's sensual, not sexual. I wonder if people who have sex, I don't know if the word sex problems or intimacy where it's just kind of not sexual, if this can be a gateway to slowing down and being mindful and present in the bedroom.
I mean, there is MDMA assisted therapy.
Yeah.
Where you can kind of process some of this stuff with the therapist.
So is what I took last night very different than ecstasy? It's the same thing.
It is ecstasy.
Oh, it is ecstasy. Okay,
MDMA, ecstasy, Molly, it's all the same stuff.
Why is it called Molly? It's not just someone's name.
Yeah, I don't know why it's called Molly. Probably like to like throw off the cops, you know?
Oh, like a
hey,
street
is
name,
Molly
yeah.
coming out tonight?
Yeah.
She definitely is.
I don't think ecstasy is an accurate name for it because I didn't feel ecstasy. I felt connection, presence. The veneer was gone, so I was able to tell strangers things I probably wouldn't. That kind of thing. Well, the shield goes down.
Yeah. I mean, it's a disinhibitor for sure.
Yes,
100%.
disinhibitor.
I mean, I used to meet people in raves, and they were my best friend, and I loved them forever. And then I never spoke to them again and forgot they even existed like a day later, you know? So to a certain degree, it's like a little bit of fake intimacy if it's with strangers. I mean, it's not fake, I guess. It is coming from a real place.
I think it should be called the Breakfast Club drug.
Because?
Strangers, common thread.
Yeah.
And they're not going to hang. There's no way they're going to hang out in high school next day.
I mean,
sharing a moment, right?
You might make lifelong friends, but
yeah,
it's not necessary.
Anyway,
I guess you probably didn't take a huge dose.
Yeah, I was scared to.
Because I think if you would have felt ecstasy and bliss if you had taken a huge dose.
Oh,
there's no way.
Really?
Yeah, 100%.
Wait, so what does that feel like? So it's a higher level, like you're hitting higher notes? Because my experience was mild.
Yeah, I mean, you'd have like full body, sort of like not orgasm, but like chills and.
I was getting chills. My anus was very tingly. I didn't like that.
Okay,
that's where it started.
Telling you something,
huh?
It was telling you something. Actually, that's so funny. I wanted to mention this is a great opportunity. You mentioned that you don't really have a lot of like anal play experience.
No, not much.
Like,
not much.
Like finger in the butthole, that kind of stuff.
Gosh, Sean. 5 minutes in, and we're already using the sentence "finger in the butthole."
Well, it is the Dirty Talk episode, so get used to it.
Oh, that's right. Okay, perfect. You're right. Oh, I see what you're doing here. I've had some. I like giving. I love giving anal play. I don't like. I haven't. I don't want to say I don't like because I want to be open to things, but I've never experienced much with anal play. Like I've never had anything inside me.
I feel like the tingling of the butthole yesterday was your butthole saying, "Hey, man,
let's do something." Like I've been neglected.
Yeah, I'm feeling a little neglected.
Like, hey, I'm here. What's going on?
I could use some attention.
I have had, and this feels really good. I'm sure is what do they call it? Rimming. Mm-hmm. When I've had exes circle it with their tongue, and that I love.
I mean, that's
who doesn't?
Who doesn't love a tossed salad?
Yeah. Why is it called a tossed salad?
I don't know.
Like, it's so weird. Why is it called a tossed salad?
I don't know. I don't know. We need some experts on here to tell us.
So weird. Maybe that's another thing we need to retire.
I think tossing salads is fine. It's pretty gender neutral. You know, who are we offending? Salads?
It's so, out of all the things, like tossing a salad. Weird. Anyway.
I wonder. So no fingers, no actual penetration, no fingers. Not even a little.
No penetration. Fingers a little bit. I dated a nurse once, and she said, "John, I know where your prostate is. I know where men have like their G spot." I was like, "Where?" She goes, "It's in your butt. It's in I know exactly where it is. Let me show you one time." And that made me very curious. I didn't know that men had a G spot in their butt.
The P spot.
Yeah, I don't know. And so I was curious about it, but we ended up breaking up before that even happened.
The sex toy that I am collaborating on is going to be a P spot, G spot stimulator.
Why are you making a sex toy? What do you mean collaborating on?
Yeah. I'm collaborating with the women from Girls Get Off in New Zealand, a sex toy company, and we're coming out with a toy. One of my favorite toys. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
I'll tell you about it more once we're further along, or once I get one of the prototypes.
So is there like two things going at one time in the different areas?
No, it's just it's a glass wand. It's like one of the only sex toys that I use on a regular basis, both on myself and on female partners.
So you like anal play?
I do like anal play. You know, I'm curious. Like I keep trying it, and so I like the sensations, but I haven't ever been able to unlock like a prostate orgasm. Apparently, if you massage the prostate well enough, the right tempo and the right location, you can get a prostate orgasm.
You need a nurse to do that shit. Who knows how to do that? So you've had toys, but have you had a penis in there?
Yeah.
Oh, you have.
Yeah, that's so funny that you mentioned that.
Because I know you've given fellatio to
yeah. Well, I hooked up with a trans woman in Thailand.
Oh, wow!
And I'm pretty sure she penetrated me. It's
how do you not know? You can't.
It's like the whole encounter is a little fuzzy.
Oh, okay.
Even though I was sober at the time.
Wow!
But I'm pretty sure that she penetrated me, and I didn't. And I've been penetrated by like strap-ons.
Wow! Right? And do you like that or no?
I don't really like it.
Yeah, I don't think
I've tried it a lot of times, and I'm like, maybe it'll unlock something, but I guess I'm just not much of a bottom.
No, I'm not a pillow biter either. I'm a
pillow biter.
Yeah, I'm a top. And I think it has to do with the submissive and dominant. I think anal sex is like a mentally animalistic kind of a dominant. I don't think it's the feeling, because to be honest with you, the feeling of anal sex, I've had anal sex before, not received but given. It's like a empty vast space. It's like in space. Your penis just goes in space, as opposed to, say, vagina, where it's a lot more. Do you know what I'm talking about? The feeling.
Dude, yeah. Hold on. This is great, because a lot of people assume that anal sex is tight, that the butthole is tighter than the vagina, and I think what you're saying is that that's not true, right?
I think it is true, but after the ring, it's empty space. So there's no other feeling. You're not getting. Right. It's just the ring of it. The vagina, it's conforming to your penis.
It's got a wall of muscle.
It's got tunnels and walls and caves. Yeah. It's got a lot more texture.
Who knows what's going on in there?
Anyway, my point is, I think anal sex is more of a kink, because it's a mental sub-dom kind of thing. It's
there's a taboo. There's definitely a taboo.
Yeah, a taboo or it's wrong. Yeah, it's not the actual feeling of it. Come on.
I will say, in my experience, for having sex with women who are used to having anal sex, the whole goal is to like really relax the sphincter so that it doesn't hurt. Yeah. And so actually it can feel less tight, is what I was trying to say. It can feel less tight.
Oh.
Because the vagina has like this the Kegel, Kegel exercises. There is a lot going on there. Whereas the sphincter, I think it's just two little donuts of muscle. I'm
excited about today's episode.
I will say that I am too, and we can start soon. I have something that's actually perfect for this segue. That there is a lot of value in getting penetrated as a man to see how it feels. From a
what I've always said to everyone I've been with, I've always said, look, I'll try anything once, maybe even twice. I'll try it. Doesn't mean I'm going to like it, and I think that's one of the things that I probably won't like, but I'll try it. If it turns her on, I would try it. I think I'm willing to explore in that way.
I mean, every woman who has pegged me, right, using strap-on, has loved the experience.
And so here's proof that it's psychological. So if she has a strap-on, she's not even feeling anything. It's the motion and the psychology of it, right?
Yeah, there's definitely a domination.
Yeah. I think that's what people find.
And as a man receiving that, it's very vulnerable, and so it kind of puts you in the shoes of what women feel like when they're getting penetrated.
Yeah.
So I think just from that perspective, it's a very good experience to have.
You have more sub energy since you've been playing with this stuff. I have a lot of dom energy. It's kind of leveling out though as I get older,
I guess. Yeah. I mean, I don't consider myself a sub in any way. I just have I've experimented.
Oh, okay. That
experimented.
Makes sense. Right. Let's stay away from it.
I don't. You're like trying to dom me right now.
Yeah. I'm trying to put you in a box.
I don't like it.
Yeah.
Although our like tops match kind of. It's nice.
Our tops match.
Yeah. Similar blues.
Oh God.
Dude, how you feeling, John? You okay? Do you need
3 hours of sleep, man? I went to bed at 4 a.m. and I woke up at 7 a.m. So
do you need like a Jolly Rancher or something, or
a Jolly Rancher?
Yeah, it's like all the old rave
No.
days. You always had like pacifiers and candy and all sorts of.
Oh yeah, no, coffee's good. Coffee and you know what I
Juice.
need, Sean?
Get a
I need some
juice.
dirty talk.
You need some water. Is probably what you need.
Yeah, I need water for sure.
Okay, you ready?
Mhm.
Oh wait, that's weird. Okay.
Good morning, John. Good morning, Shaun. I hope you're both having an amazing start to your day. You can call me Mindy. I've been waking up so turned on lately and have been taking advantage of being on holidays by spending some time with my vibrator, though I prefer the company of two strong and sexy men instead. Those hands that you have, oh, I'd love to feel them on my body, giving my ass a little snack. I recently installed some restraints on my bed and would love the opportunity to use them on one or both of you, or maybe have you use them on me. I suppose we could all take turns. I've yet to fulfill my MMS fantasy, and I'd love to have your assistance with that. I know you haven't had a chance to have a threesome yet, John, so maybe I'll let you decide if you'd like to dom or be dommed. I also have a tickler, whip, and a variety of other toys we could enjoy together, and I hear Sean's got a little collection too. I can almost hear it now. My moans echoed by deep groans from both of you. Fuck, that's so hot. And if that's not for you, John, well, I could always come for Shaun and stay for John. Maybe you'd enjoy being cucked by a sexy woman, giving your wife incredible pleasure, worshipping her for the goddess that she is. Two women together is such a beautiful sight, isn't it? Even more so when they're both moaning with ecstasy. Well, I hope this has given you a little thrill and a tease, much like my mouth. Let's say we meet up at John's place next time Sean's in town, I hear 3 a.m. is a good time, right, John?
What did you say? I hear what's a good time?
I heard 3 a.m. is a good time, right, John?
Wow. I just want to first applaud her courage, man. That's great. That's great that I mean to put a message like that, even though it's anonymous. Wow, that was amazing.
We got a whole bunch of them, by the way.
Sean, that one, yes, there was some dirty talk, but it sounded more of a proposition.
Yeah, it was definitely a proposition. I saw your face get confused a few times because she was speaking fast.
And what was it? She said something about ML, some kind of term.
MMF,
right?
male,
MF?
female.
Oh.
So that would be a threesome with me, you, and her. She said also maybe Vanessa could join and maybe she could tie you up or you tie her up, or it was a proposition for sure.
Okay. Wow. Do you think that so let me ask you this, because I know you've had threesomes with two men and a woman, right?
Yeah.
Does it get weird for the men? Or do the men feel closer? What's the experience like for the men after they're done? If you and I did it with this person or someone else on Molly, do you think the next day we wouldn't be able to look at each other? Would it be weird? Like
maybe it depends. Really depends what would happen in the threesome. I think it's dependent on the situation, right? Like if we had fun, I don't know. I mean, to be honest with you, I don't think I want to have a threesome with you, John.
Sean, I wasn't asking for that. I'm just curious about it. Jesus.
Well, so the
hurtful.
two guys that I've done it with are friends, and we're still friends to this day. And we like kind of look back and
so we're not friends.
No, we're friends.
We're not close enough friends.
I don't think that this is the relationship that we had.
No. Look, I don't want to have a threesome with you either. Okay, so we're not. It's not going to happen. Okay, but why wouldn't you with me? What's wrong with me?
Well, I might feel insecure about how like buff you are.
Oh, but I think you have a bigger penis than I do.
Maybe. So it cancels out.
I would feel a little
insecure
about that. What?
I
wonder if we start getting competitive. Like, oh, Sean just made her come. Now, Sean, watch out! I got it. And then we make it about us. I'm sure.
Well, a funny story is that I had a threesome with one of my friends and this woman. We had set up. I think I might have told you this. We had like a joint OkCupid profile.
Yeah,
I told you this. It's called Play Pals. Anyways, we met up with this woman at a bar, and then we went back to my house and we had sex. But my buddy couldn't get it up. He was just like too nervous about the whole thing.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah,
I would be more nervous being naked in front of you than being naked in front of the woman.
Well, I think that's what was happening with my buddy. And so I think that's why we shouldn't do it, because I don't want you to have that experience.
And then there would be that moment where if we're both doing stuff, making love to her, and then we happen to make eye contact, I don't know what the expression would be on our
Oh,
faces.
dude, high five.
No.
We got a high five. Yeah, for sure. It's a team
Well,
thing.
I don't know if we would. We're not that kind. We're not those kind of dudes. A high five is like, it sounds like we're like, you know.
I'm high fiving. I'm wearing a trucker
Don't
hat.
you think that's a little bit like objectifying or like turning this into a sport?
I mean,
There's camaraderie. You're high fiving the brotherhood.
Yeah. Well, so actually, I think the way to do this, the attitude to have, is that we are both in service of her. So we're not high fiving because we're using her. We're high fiving because we're like in service of her.
Well, for most girls, that's the fantasy. Not necessarily the two men are, you know, dominating her, but the fact that she's in control and she gets,
she gets most of the attention.
Yeah, she gets the attention. We're there to service her.
Yeah.
So then it kind of feels like the Greek days, where she's the pharaoh. I don't know, and then we're the
we're fanning her and
feeding her grapes, all that stuff.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad we established that because I thought about if that was to ever happen, and so we've established in public that you and I will not be having sex with another woman together,
unless it's OnlyFans.
Oh, unless we need money.
Unless we need money. Okay, wait. This is a really interesting segue. So I got a lot of like messages and feedback and like, hey, have you considered this? Have you considered that? So there is a website called makelovenotporn.tv.
Mm-hmm.
And it is basically user submitted like couples and moresomes having sex.
Oh, like real couples.
It's real people.
Yeah. Like Shaun and John kind of thing. Yeah.
Yeah. So Cindy Gallop is the sort of the mastermind behind this. And so it's women led. I have seen some of these videos. They are very hot. They are very sweet. There's a lot of there's more love making than there is from what you would find on traditional porn sites.
So they're more realistic and they're not slanted.
And they're not, I don't think anybody's being exploited. There's no sex trafficking.
Objectified. Right.
And apparently, I mean, I interviewed this woman, Sarah Beal, who was the curator for Make Love Not Porn years ago. And her job was to watch all of the porn before it got onto the website.
Oh, wow.
To make sure that there wasn't any like crazy porn tropes and that everybody was like consenting and, you know, it was like a loving situation. So if you're looking for more ethical porn, makelovenotporn.tv is an option.
Awesome. Thank you. Check it out. We need, hey, we can do better. We can do better with porn. And this is what we're talking about, right? Less stage, less aggression, less objectification, less slanted toward men, right?
More love,
more realistic porn.
And look, if John and I are going to have sex, we're going to put it on makelovenotporn.tv.
Well, it's not you and I, Shaun. It's you and I. There has to be a buffer. Someone else has to be there. Don't just say it's you and I. Now it's getting weird.
Wait, you don't want to have sex with me, John? You said you would try anything once or twice.
I'll do a sandwich, man, but I'm not. Not just me and you. That I would think we would just stare at each other. That would be.
Dude, on Molly though, I might convince you. I bet you're like very influenceable if you're on drugs.
Well, I'll tell you what. I had this revelation last night. I would definitely kiss people that I wasn't attracted to if we were just having a deep conversation. That's what Molly does to you. It creates this kind of like extension of you're just so comfortable and you want to connect. You're craving to connect. And so it's less about like attraction, more about like connection, craving connection.
Did you kiss a man last night, John?
I did not kiss a man, no.
Okay.
No. Hey, but I was making my rounds. I have a very strong grip, mostly because of the pull-ups, and I've got I got man hands.
Isn't it from squeezing your dick super hard at 3 a.m.?
Maybe that could be part of it too. But I've gotten a lot of compliments from like Vanessa's friends because it's just casual. I'll go behind them and I'll just start massaging them as like a friendly massage, and they're like, "Oh my god!" and they just melt. Yeah. So the theme last night was kind of like Burning Man, right? Someone donate a gift, or so one person donated all the for the drugs. Some people donated space. Some people, and so my donation was massages.
Yeah.
So I went around all night just massaging people's shoulders, and men were included in that, and there was no weirdness. It was all good. They loved it. Yeah.
Oh, I massage I give people shoulder massages regularly, men and women. I find that in Montreal, my friends are way more touchy-feely, and so it's not weird here like it could be in other places.
Dude, if Vanessa was open to it, would you
have sex with
bring
her?
on someone that listens to us and have an experience with her?
Wait, what?
Would you bring someone on who's a listener, one or two, and have an experience with them?
I'm sorry, I don't understand the question.
If Vanessa was open to me being intimate with other people,
okay,
would you bring on a listener, like this person that just called us, and have an experience with them?
Would I have an experience with them?
Yeah, would we do that? Is that something?
No.
What? Okay.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
Oh, I see what you're saying. If Vanessa was open to it, should we have sex with one of our listeners?
Why did I take the long way home?
Because
you said it in one sentence.
I have no idea. That's my superpower. That's my superpower.
I'm like, if the sky's blue and I'm feeling hungry for lunch.
And it's a third Wednesday of the month.
Yeah.
No, John.
Sean, I think, but I could naturally seeing that progress like organically, and suddenly we're like, okay, send us photos, and suddenly But then it feels like we're being predatory.
Yeah.
Or does it?
Everybody. John took ecstasy last night, and so he's not
must be stealing me
super clearly, and so just keep that in mind.
Don't cancel me. But porn stars do this. Porn stars meet their fans.
We're not porn stars.
You're
a therapist. You're a licensed therapist.
Oh, and
shit!
I totally forgot about that, man. Okay, take back everything I said. Yeah, but listen, our listeners aren't our clients. I'm not doing anything with my clients.
So I see what you're saying. It's a line that I have not crossed. Like I don't use my Instagram as a dating app, right? Even though none of them are my clients. Like my fans aren't. Our fans are not our clients, and yet there still has to be some integrity there, or else the whole thing kind of falls apart.
You are doing better. Because if this was just my show, I'd probably be in trouble.
Have you not had? I mean, you have your own show. You could do this on your own.
That would be creepy. That would be creepy. And also, when I'm doing this with you, Sean, I don't even see myself as a therapist. I'm just like a dude. Because we have camaraderie. We're going through shit. Afternoon of a life. I'm not trying to be a therapist. I know we both answer relationship dating questions, but on this podcast, and I think it's helpful. It's refreshing for me to take off the therapist hat and just be me.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I like it. Also, the background is like pure like 70s Barbie.
This I'm in Palm Springs.
Yeah,
and the whole place is pink 70s, very flamingos. That whole thing. It works here. It's very cute.
Well, thanks for asking. I really do appreciate your just throwing really wild and crazy ideas out there.
Dude, life is short, and I think I can manifest that.
Just remember, we're trying to get a Spotify deal here, so there's got to be some element of.
There has to be some integrity.
There has to be some integrity.
Okay, well, thank you for holding on to that.
Yeah, no problem. Here's something that I want to talk to you. I kind of wonder, we'll just stay with the sex theme here. And also, I didn't really talk about my experience with the trans sex worker in Thailand, which I'm happy to talk about more if you have any questions about that.
How recent was that?
It was like 7 or 8 years ago.
Well, I do have a ton of questions about Thailand in general. I hear it's just I hear Thailand is just sexcapade and all just a culture of it. Never been, but I also feel like, and maybe this is a myth, that you don't know until they're like naked. You don't really know because they mislead you.
Well, okay, I want to say that Thailand is just a fantastic country. Like, apart from sex tourism that is kind of present there. Like, there's rock climbing, there's islands, there's everything. It's just a really beautiful country, amazing food, really lovely, super warm people. So just without any of the sex stuff, Thailand's amazing to go visit.
People go there for sex though a lot, besides riding elephants.
People go there for sex. Yeah.
It's also kind of like illegal, shady stuff. No, I'm assuming.
What do you mean illegal? Shady
Oh,
stuff.
everything's legal there.
Oh, I don't know. I'm just asking. Yeah, there's. I
don't know. I mean, I don't. Isn't like Dateline going to Thailand to catch pedophiles and stuff like that?
I mean, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think there are pedophiles everywhere, but
Yeah.
I think that I don't know what the laws are. I'm not a lawyer, but I know that you can get happy ending massages and you can get your prostate.
That's easy. That's
you
like
can get your
they're like
prostate.
7-Elevens.
Yeah. What was the other question?
I'm just curious about Thailand.
You can't
Never
tell.
been there.
Oh, you can't tell. I don't know if that you can't tell. Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
Probably.
I don't think I'd be able to tell.
It depends. Would you be disappointed?
And what's that?
Would you be disappointed?
I would feel misled, which would make me kind of angry. Then that would kill the mood.
Yeah.
I mean, we're not talking about like a little bit of catfishing. We're talking about like, oh, you're a different gender than you presented yourself.
Well, that gets tricky, right? Because it's like, oh, if they're a trans woman, then technically they're women.
Yeah.
It's just women with different equipment.
I would be respectful and polite, but I wouldn't do anything because I felt bad or because I've already bought or whatever it is, bought the ticket.
I went out there looking for that experience. So I was not disappointed.
Did you have a great time? Was it fulfilling? Would you
it was
do it
fulfilling,
again?
and I set it up through like there was an app, sort of like a dating app, but
yeah.
It's like a dating app for sex workers, or it's sort of understood that you can find sex workers on that website.
I have a friend, female, and very attractive. She went to Thailand, and she's like, "Fuck it, I'm gonna get a prostitute." And she got a male prostitute there, and I was like, "That's amazing." She's like, "Yeah." Like, why? I mean, guys are doing it. So she said they were hot, and she just picked one guy, and they went to the restroom, and
they went to the restroom.
Wow. What?
They went to the restroom.
Restroom or I don't know, however, a bedroom, restroom, whatever.
Oh,
but,
yeah.
But she told me that she instigated. She's like, "Yeah, I'm going to pick one out and get laid." I was like, "That's amazing."
Yeah, I don't. I mean, I guess we're going to get a lot of feedback on this portion of the episode because I don't actually think there's anything wrong with sex work as long as the sex workers are feeling empowered and not exploited and it's of their own free will. But even that is like a touchy stance or an edgy stance. So we're going to get a lot of pushback on this. But I had a great time. I will say that the build up was more like exciting than the actual.
Yeah.
It's sort of like the fantasy situation, like the threesome that you think is going to be amazing.
Yeah.
You have it,
I think a lot of fantasies are like that. The build up, what's in your head is different than how it plays out.
And also I had big plans to like, I'm going to come like 3 times. We're going to do all this stuff, and then like, as soon as I came, I was like, okay, I'm done. Like, I don't want you to be here anymore.
Yeah.
So the sexual attraction, it's like the sexual arousal was running the show. And as soon as it was done,
clarity.
Post nut clarity, they call it.
Yeah.
Come clarity.
Anyways,
it was fun.
Yeah.
We used condoms. We talked about sexual health. Pretty sure she penetrated me. Pretty sure I didn't like it. Remember, I forgot. I don't know what happened.
I don't know how one doesn't know about something like that, but okay. Yeah.
I mean, I would tell you if I won. I mean, I'm pretty sure I did, but I can't be 100% sure.
Wow. I would know if something went in my ass and kept going in and out. I would know.
Yeah. Well, but I've had a lot of things go in and out of my ass. See, that's the difference between me and you.
Wow. You
would know because it hasn't ever really happened to you.
No, never.
Yeah. Just something
I'd be like a white in prison, man. I'd be like a white graffiti train in the 80s.
Okay, all right, hold on. In prison, you'd be what?
A white train in the 80s in New York.
Oh,
because it's just fucking blank canvas.
Yeah,
I'm
blank canvas.
Graffiti the shit out of this white train.
Unsullied.
Yeah. Virgin.
Nice.
Yeah.
I just love this idea of you going to prison.
I don't love that idea.
Yeah, because you said something about a train. And I was like, maybe,
Oh, maybe training will be all right, come on, let's get to more sex talk.
Okay, hold on. Wait, there was something else. Fuck, I forgot. Oh well. Okay.
Hey, and also listeners, thank you so much for participating in all these wacky ideas. That's great.
Yeah, I was going to actually trigger warning the beginning of this episode by saying, hey, this is going to be a lot about sex. and dirty talk, but then John just fucking hit us over the head with Molly experience. So
I didn't plan it. It's just things. We don't plan these things. We just Sean and I just show up and we just start talking, and whatever unfolds. And it's usually sexual for some reason.
we've been getting some great feedback from women and from men saying that they're loving the podcast. One thing, hey, did you have sex with Vanessa twice this weekend?
This weekend?
In the last 4 days, did you have sex with Vanessa twice?
Maybe. Once for sure. Maybe twice.
You've had more sex than I have in the last year.
That's not true. I thought you were seeing someone.
No.
Sean, I thought you were seeing someone. You guys were intimate.
We didn't have sex. We didn't have penetrative sex.
Oh, but you guys fooled around.
We fooled around a couple times.
Yeah.
But you've had more sex this weekend, penetrative sex, in 1 week that I haven't had in a year.
Wow.
So maybe I do want to have a threesome with you.
Maybe you do. Oh yeah, let's hook it up. Send photos now. We're going from sending voice messages to now photos, applications,
video. There's a Google
videos.
Form.
Yeah, let's do like a whole so you can dance kind of show where they either like flash dance board and they come in, slate their names. Okay, sorry, go ahead.
Basically, this is a bit of a shift in direction, but I'll just say this and then we'll go back to it. Last night I was walking around Montreal and I was listening to sad songs and I was looking at dogs, people like with their dogs, and then looking at couples and feeling like a deep longing I miss my dog.
Yeah.
And I also miss like just companionship and intimacy.
Yeah, of course. And I know we talk a lot about sex, but sex is such a small part of a relationship, and it's doing nothing with someone, right? It's the diner at 2 a.m. It's the Netflix. It's companionship. Absolutely, building something with someone. Yeah,
playing cards in a coffee shop.
Yeah,
going to
doing life with someone. Yeah, your best friend. Yeah.
Yeah, I've been missing that.
Oh man, well, yeah, it's real.
Also, when you said sex is a small part of a relationship, I was going to say, especially with guys like us.
Well, you should use I statements first of all. Always bringing me into.
You said your insecurity is that your penis is smaller than mine, so I wanted to bring you into the.
I don't want to use the word small. Let's just say I'm a grower. Because when you say small, it seems like it's just permanently small. It just grows more. It's smaller when it's flaccid. It's unassuming.
Oh, yeah. I'm definitely a grower for
sure.
Yeah. But I don't grow. I mean, I grow to the average American.
Look, Vanessa has been with. I told you. We have to retire baby arms. Remember from back in the day?
Yeah, I didn't say it.
Yeah. But Vanessa has been with very well endowed men. And then she's been with me and she's like, John, you're perfect. I couldn't do anything with those baseball bats. So
sometimes nice baseball bat we could do. I think it's also very personal. Are you hitting the spots that works for your partner?
She's saying yours is hitting the front where those guys they're hitting my throat.
They're knocking at the cervix.
Yeah, they're like they're not hitting anything that turns me on. They're hitting like my fucking lungs and shit. Yours is still. Oh God, Sean, we can't do that. Sean, we gotta draw. Were you waiting for that? You were waiting.
I just clicked on it. As
that was very fast.
Okay, are you ready for another dirty talk?
Yeah, that was a great one, by the way. Wow, thorough.
Yeah, this one's different, and actually, I just FYI, everybody, the voicemail has a 3-minute time limit. So,
oh yeah,
you can't go past.
Hey, it's a good point. Dirty talk for 30 minutes is not dirty. That's just okay. That's boring. Yeah.
So, any questions? 657-549-1001. We're getting a lot of questions, by the way. Now we're getting like 10 questions a week or something.
Wow. Well, as we grow, gonna keep going.
Okay, let's go.
My name is Corinne. I'm in my mid-30s. I reside in Southern California. And I want you to close your eyes. I know you would enjoy looking at me, but you don't have my permission to do so yet. You have to earn that. right now, you're only allowed to feel. To feel how my words stroke you, because that's what I want to do. Stroke you. But first, take off your shirt for me. Up, lower. Tease me with the reveal of your bare chest. Tempt me with my own desire to run my fingertips over your collarbone and down around your nipple, tracing circles around them as they harden beneath my touch, making me wonder what else is growing harder. Playing along the waistline of your pants, flirting with the top button. I want you to hold my gaze with your eyes as you unzip your jeans. I know you want to take them off, but wouldn't you rather tease me? Make my desire for you burn and ache inside of me until I'm begging you to put me out of my misery and give me what I want. You, all of you, in all of your glory. I want to taste you, to feast on the buffet of your body and all the shifting flavors of your arousal as you pulsate for me. I want to drink you in and savor every last drop.
It ends there.
Sounds like a romance novel.
Yeah.
And one thing I'm realizing, and I know we haven't heard any men yet, but they're not using any graphic words. So having to be very creative and descriptive without being obvious.
I have some that have
Are
more
graphic.
are more graphic.
Okay, yeah, different.
Yeah, but I don't know. These were like sweet and interesting.
Yeah, this felt like a romance novel.
So speaking of romance novels, there's an app, I guess someone turned me onto it, or a bunch of people did, called Quinn, Quinn, Quinn app. And they're basically like dirty stories, audio porn that make people go wild, user submitted. So if that's your jam, if this turned you on, then Quinn app might be something to explore.
I was thinking while she was saying that, if someone's listening to this in their car and it's just sex talk, like someone's listening to this not with their earplugs, but they're just blasting in their car and they pull up to a red light and they just their speakers just like, oh yeah, I wanna, yeah.
It's funny because you
Pull
can
down your
hear when
pants.
people are like getting phone calls in their car, you know?
Yeah,
like,
yeah, you can hear them. Right.
So this would be kind of cool. I thought this one was sweet. It was like something you might send your lover or something.
I have a radio on my motorcycle. It's very loud, and I'm gonna play this next time I ride this episode.
Oh, dude, I'm
pull
gonna
up to
send
red
you.
light. What?
I'll send you all of these. You could just play them.
Oh god, that'd be amazing. People are like, what the fuck?
I could probably. It might be illegal
to play dirty talk on the motorcycle. Why?
Yeah. What do you think?
No,
I guess not.
What's the difference between this and music?
Freedom of speech.
No, I can play whatever I want. It's a radio.
Yeah, it's like, well, it's pornography.
People will come out of their cars and start tipping me. I should put a little tip jar.
They might tip you over. They might tip your motorcycle over.
Yeah.
Okay, a couple things. I actually have questions that are connected to dirty talk. Can you hear them?
Yeah.
Okay.
This is Jen. I'm 42 and I live in Vancouver, BC, Canada. What I've noticed over my however many years of having sex with men is that I'm encouraged to be noisy. The more sounds, the better. It's so super sexy. But I've noticed that dudes don't do the same thing. They're not making noises. You know, sometimes I feel like I'm having sex in a silent movie. Like, what's going on with the dudes and their pleasure sounds? Are they making them? Are they not making them? Like, what's up, and like, other than, tell my dude to make some more sounds, which I have and helps, like, what else can we do to get some more, like, equanimity in the bedroom sound-wise? Anyways, love you guys.
Well, I find that when dudes are especially climaxing, there's this panicking sound that's not attractive. It's like they're about to fall into hot lava. Ah, ah, ah. And it's not, I don't think it's attractive, as opposed to women who are more moaning, groaning. They're kind of organic, sexy sounds. I don't know if guys produce. I mean, I guess grunts. They like grunt, and then they're like, ah.
Yeah.
They're falling, like they're falling off something.
Yeah, it's funny because whenever I hear, sometimes you hear your neighbors having sex. I mean, you live in a house, but if you live in an apartment, you just get used to hearing neighbors having sex every now and then. Always the woman.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Always the woman.
Yeah.
It's never the dude.
Do you like loud women in bed?
I don't mind loud women.
Yeah.
No, I mean, sometimes I get self-conscious of my neighbors hearing me have sex, right? But I don't generally care, as long as if I'm like super into it, then it doesn't really matter, right?
I like talkative. I do like loud, as long as it's honest and real and not performative.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think men are not, I don't know. I don't think we're not taught to like show our pleasure. I think maybe more our anger.
Yeah, I mean, she has a really good point. We don't, the noises we make are, I don't know. Maybe we should make an effort.
You're saying they're making men grunt, but they should be moaning more.
Yeah, and also men tend to make weird faces, cum faces.
Yeah, but that's okay.
Yeah, like weirdly weird. And right when they're about to come, they feel like they're falling off a building.
Are you judging their O face?
Men don't have O faces. They're all crunched up, like they're like angry, like. You know what I'm saying? Women have O faces. Women are like, oh. Men are like.
I see what you're saying.
Men are like they're falling off a building.
Interesting. I mean, I don't know what the answer is there. I mean, I don't think guys are as connected to their pleasure center. I think that's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Guys aren't as connected to their pleasure center, right? Which is generally like down in your pelvis area.
I also feel like locker rooms have told us that men aren't supposed to make noises. That what noises would we make? I don't think it's promoted. I don't think we probably feel less of a man if we are moaning and making noises.
Well, I will say that whenever I'm moaning while going down on a woman, they always seem to like that because there's an extra vibration happening there.
Okay.
Like yeah, like that.
I didn't know that we were also doing the sex talk.
Well, yeah. Do you want to? I want to hear you moan, John.
Sean, it's too fucking early. Come on, man.
Come on. What do you mean, dude? Just think back of when you were on ecstasy last night, and just think back. It's too bad. You were so close. You gave us a nice little moan there.
Yeah.
And then it was a joke.
Hey, an ex of mine loved. What turned her on so much is while we're having sex, she wanted me to speak Korean to her, and it kind of turned me on. So I could be saying whatever the fuck. I could be like, "Hey, let's do the dishes tomorrow." It doesn't matter. She doesn't understand. But something about me speaking Korean in her ear was like the hottest thing for her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've had partners want me to speak French. I always get a little like uncomfortable.
이거 좋아? 너 이거 좋아? 한 번 더 해가?
Yeah, I'm turned on.
I said, go get me my coloring book.
Hey, why do I get uncomfortable during sex scenes in movies and TV?
I don't know. I don't.
Do you?
No.
You don't?
Unless I'm watching it with my mom, which was the case for the movie Parasite. This guy's like fingering this girl on the couch, and it's a Korean movie, Parasite. So I watched it.
Great movie, by the way. Won an Oscar.
And I'm watching it with my mom, like, oh my gosh, what is going on? And they're like making love on the floor and shit. I was like, oh god, I didn't know that existed.
That's true. That could be awkward, but I feel awkward and uncomfortable during sex scenes on TV when I'm watching it alone.
Not at all.
I kind of want to fast forward through it.
Oh, I like it.
I'm just telling you about me, John. Don't.
Okay. See, okay.
I'm trying to be intimate and vulnerable here.
알았어.
Okay, so I guess I'm kind of curious. Like, do you dirty talk?
I love dirty talk. I love when they dirty talk to me. I love the little bit of the daddy stuff.
Uh-huh.
Not all the time. And yeah, I do. I like talking. I love communicating. I don't like the just sex in silence. I like some talking and some. I like
Are you talking? Are you saying stuff?
Yeah, but I think yes, I could talk too, but I like it more if they're talking or even it doesn't have to be sex talk. It could be also just giving me direction. Oh, like that. Or harder, a little bit to the left. I mean, it just even instructions can be hot because it tells me they're turned on and they're enjoying the process.
Yeah. Interesting that you like it. You like receiving it, but not so much giving it.
Yeah, I think I'm a little self-conscious, but receiving it I like. But I'm also kind of more the dom. I'm not a sub kind of thing.
Well, a dom would be giving directions.
Yeah, that's what with this one we just heard. I wasn't that into it because she was telling me what to do.
Right.
And I was like, oh, you're being the dom.
Yeah.
Some guys love it. It's not really my thing.
You have to tap into your inner dom and start using.
Yeah, I should stretch more. Yeah, I should put more crayons in my crayon box.
Well, listen to this. I found a video on how to do dirty talk by Erika Lust.
Oh, I love it. Switching things up.
And Erika Lust. Oh, I'm not going to play it because it's like 11. It's like 14 minutes long. But I've got some cliff notes. Well, also, we're going to have in the show notes. The link is in the show notes.
Love it.
Erika Lust also has a website called xconfessions.com, and they're also this is like ethical female produced porn. And I looked at a couple sample videos this morning.
Mm-hmm.
Very nice.
Which one's better, Ethical Connections or Real? Oh, the other one you mentioned.
Oh, Make Love Not Porn and X Confessions, totally different.
Oh.
Make Love Not Porn is like real couples having sex, and there's a lot that's like really beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
And then X Confessions is like female produced porn.
Oh, got it. Yeah, so that means long storylines. That means, the FedEx guy comes.
They talk.
To high school with the guy.
They talk.
He happens to be hot. Yeah. And there's problems in your marriage. The cat wasn't fed. A lot of details that that straight porn doesn't have.
Yeah, and then probably a lot of behind the scenes stuff on how they treat their actors and how much they pay their actors and all that stuff.
Nice.
So anyways, in the show notes, there's a video on erikalust.com on how to do dirty talk. And the TLDR is basically like, talk about what you're doing. Right? Here are some things that you can talk about that includes, this is what dirty talk is. Talk about what you're doing. I love fucking you. I love being inside you. Yeah. I love this. Talk about what you're feeling. It's so hot when you...
Yeah, I like that.
I feel I'm turned on by blah, 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 blah. Ask for what you want. Can you, will you do all this stuff? I statements, like you said, I like it harder. I like it softer. I like it faster. Or I'm your little slut. You're my daddy.
Role playing stuff.
So, sort of like, I'm this, you're this.
Yeah.
And then give directions. Use me, fuck me, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I like all those things.
These are all examples of dirty talk. If someone's like, oh, I don't know how to do it, it's like, well, you could just really talk about what's happening in the moment for you.
Informative, and thank you for that. I love that. I love that we are also doing a little, do it, how to do it yourself at home, DIY.
Yeah, educational. We're edutainers. Did you know that?
Edutainers.
We're edutainers.
I love it.
Yeah. And you're a therapist. You don't forget that. Okay, I got one more question. You ready?
Yeah.
Hi, Shaun. Hi, John. So I am really bad at dirty talk. I laugh, so no one can talk dirty to me ever. Yeah. And that's a problem because I've had partners that like it, and I would appreciate it, and I cannot. And when they talk dirty to me, I laugh. When they want it back, I laugh. Like nothing about it is sexy to me whatsoever. So how does one become more comfy with that, or give your partner what they're needing when it comes to dirty talk? I am not one of those people. My name is Crystal. Thanks.
Dude, I love that you picked this question because yes, it's fair. There's a lot of women who aren't into dirty talk. It doesn't turn them on. And if they're doing it, they're just doing it for you, right? Which we don't want them to do. So, and I also feel like, yeah, if you're doing it and you're not into it, so it's funny, you can't stop but laughing. If you're saying like, something dirty and then you start laughing, the whole thing backfires anyway, right?
Well, I think there is some element of like doing something for your partner that you aren't necessarily super into, but they love it, and so you're going to do it, and that might turn you on. I think that's part of sex, right? I'm not saying do something you absolutely do not want to do. It's not what we're saying here. But
yeah, no, that's not
if you know that your partner likes it when you call, say I'm your little slut, and you might not really, you're like kind of indifferent about it. That's fine. I think this is different. I think this is like this person is just really uncomfortable with the idea of dirty talk. Like they have a hard time taking it seriously. And maybe they have a bit of a juvenile like outlook. I don't know how to say this nicely, but
or they just don't like it. I mean, I think it's hard for them to take it seriously. I think they laugh because the role playing stuff is hard, or it feels cheesy. And listen, here's my answer to this. It doesn't have to, like, there's a spectrum, right? So like dirty talk for one person can look very different than dirty talk for another person. So maybe starting off with just some instruction, and that's enough, and that's dirty talk, right? Maybe you're someone who never talks, and just to even open your mouth is work. Then that's, you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't have to, dirty talk doesn't just have to be all, fuck me daddy and crazy and the stuff that we think dirty talk is. Customize it, make it your own.
Yeah. I want to, yes, that makes sense, right? Like baby steps.
Mm-hmm.
I also want to say, I didn't mean to say juvenile or immature. I think what I mean is that they're uncomfortable with the idea of talking about sex.
Yeah.
It's a lot more comfortable to just do it and not talk about it.
I mean, shit, it's vulnerable, man. It's vulnerable. It requires a leap of faith. It requires someone to hold a space where they're not going to judge you. I mean, it is a very courageous thing to do, is to trust someone to say something that they can, that may not land well, and then you're like, oh shit, why did I say that?
Yeah. You don't want to feel rejected. You don't want to be ridiculed.
Yeah. It's a practice.
Yeah, and also you don't have to do dirty talk if you are really uncomfortable with it. It's just not for you. Like there's a lot of things like that aren't for people.
Sure,
and that's okay.
Sure. Yeah. You don't even have to do it at all. It's one, again, a small piece of the process.
I guess if you do want to do it and you're uncomfortable and it makes you laugh and you have a hard time taking it seriously, how can you?
I would talk to your partner about it and say, hey, listen, what turns you on that I say that I can do in a way that doesn't feel cheesy to me or make me laugh? And vice versa. Like, I think we don't talk enough about what turns us on. I think we assume. I think we also trace old patterns, right? Oh, because my ex liked this, you have to like this. I've been guilty of this. Every woman's different. I thought it was just kind of a copy and paste. And I was like, oh, but I do it at this tempo, at this speed, and it turns her on. I'm doing it to you and you hate it. I'm so confused. Well, yeah, I'm different, So I think we have to talk more about what we like, what we don't like. And then knowing that, it's up to your partner to decide where they want to land.
Yeah. You just reminded me that I have another resource for people, because you're right. We're not used to talking about it. And if you're not used to talking about it, it's going to be hard to access all that information. So there's this website called AutoStraddle, and they have a yes, no, maybe list. And I've used this list with partners. I've used it in my workshops, the yes, no, maybe list. And basically it's, we'll include it in the show notes, but it's sort of like a game that you can play with your partner or with yourself to identify what you like, what you would like more of, what you don't like, what words you want to use, what words you don't want to use. Some of it is like fill in the blank. Some of it is like yes, no, maybe. Some of it is put a happy face. And so like I like kissing. I like tickling. I like hands or fingers on a strap-on. I like using dildos alone. I want to give fingers inside rectum, phone sex, right? So it's like all of this stuff so that you can start getting more familiar with what might be interesting for you and your partner. Because some people are like, I don't know what's out there. I don't even know what I like. I don't even know what I like. I don't know what I want to do because I don't know what's out there.
Yeah.
So that's a really great resource. And then there's things like this stuff turns me on. How we're going to say things. Like, please refer to my genitals as penis and cock. Never call it a willy, right? Because we don't know this stuff and we don't know what our partners know or what they like. Yeah. And so this gets like really more granular, and you start to understand, like, how do I turn my partner on? What can I do to prevent turning them off? All that kind of stuff.
John, I'm going to come home for lunch and suck on your willy. Tickle your willy.
Yeah. No. No, I don't suck on my willy. My dad used to call it a willy, and now I can't get, you know,
that's some boomer shit. Yeah.
Yeah. So that was good. Thanks, John. That's a
do you like dick or cock? Dirty talk.
Cock.
Yeah, I think I do too.
Yeah, I don't like dick. I mean, dick is more like dick jokes.
You know, I was talking to Vanessa about this too because she hates the word panties, and I also don't. So the word panties I don't like on its own, but then, you know, she's like, just call it underwear. But then I was like, if you're doing dirty talk, you're like, oh yeah, I want you to, you know, I'm going to pull down your underwear. It sounds like you're at the medical office.
I like pantaloons.
That's like Fruit of the Looms. That doesn't work either, Sean.
What about moist panties? I feel like that's something that a lot of women are going to hate.
Door slamming. Yeah. Anyway, everyone's different. Listen, everyone's different. And I really think it's about customization, communication. And also thank you everyone for going on the ride with us with this episode. I was scared that people were going to be offended or they're not going to do it or think that we're perverts. And I just like that we have an idea and people are like, let's do it.
Dude, I still am nervous.
No,
I was nervous
Sean.
this morning. Yeah. Hey, do you ever have that thing where like you don't want to show up to an appointment and so you spend you log on at the very last minute? Or like sometimes I don't want to go to therapy and that's kind of how I felt this morning.
Well, were you nervous? You think people will judge us or think that this is inappropriate?
Yeah.
You don't know our audience, Sean. People are going to love it. People are going to love it.
John, I love you.
Okay, I don't listen. This could be a joking moment, and I don't want it to be a joking moment because guys will get uncomfortable and say something joking, right?
Yeah.
I love you, Sean. I think guys need to say "I love you" more to each other.
That's so sweet. He didn't even say like "love you too" or "me too" or "ditto" or.
Dude, I used to. So I've had guy friends say that to me before, and I get really uncomfortable. I wouldn't say anything back. I change the subject. So I would have said like, "All right, bro, see you Monday. I'll see you next week, Sean." Like I would just brush it off, and then I was like, "No, I mean it's like hit the ball back, you know."
Yeah, I mean, I'm honest. Like I appreciate our connection a lot. I think it's this is fun and it's sweet and it's like great to get to know you.
Thanks, man. And I also can say it back in a comfortable way because I know we're never going to be naked together. So I love you, Sean.
We might be naked together.
No, what the fuck are you talking about?
Oh, like no, dude. Like if we go to Robin's in Hawaii, skinny dipping.
Oh, again,
come on, dude. Baby steps. I'm a baby step.
You know what I would do with you know what I would do with you is if we had some kind of like if you were with someone and I was with someone in passing. We're kind of naked, you know, that kind of thing. But I don't think we'd be naked in a room together, touching each other, like in passing.
No, we're not touching each other. I don't think we're touching each other. Well, but I heard you give great massages.
I do. But your pants are gonna be on for sure.
I think actually there are instances in which we might be naked together. Like when we get our studio, we're gonna go to Esalen together as a congratulations trip.
Oh, and I heard Esalen. And I hear it's not creepy. It's really natural, and they go into the jacuzzi or the hot springs naked.
Hot springs, yeah. We'll do that. I think we would do that.
I don't know, man. I got a friend who always invites me to the Korean spa and it's just fucking balls in your face, old man. They're all naked,
Dude.
so I never go with them. He's like, just go.
Okay.
And I think it's my own insecurity. I don't want to be naked with men. And of course, being a grower and all that. I don't know.
Okay, it definitely sounds like your own insecurity.
Yeah,
First of all, you're
100%.
going to be the fucking hottest, most ripped dude there. I don't understand.
No.
I guess maybe because you're faced with your own mortality.
This is the power of programming. This is the power of programming and the comparison and how I internalized and judged myself because I didn't have a huge penis growing up. There's still residue at 51. At 51, I will not go into a Korean spa or a hot springs naked with someone, or at least I don't really want to because of that, which is kind of sad. Yeah, so maybe that's my work.
Yeah, wow, that was a very vulnerable answer.
Maybe I'll start with a thong, and then we could kind of baby steps.
Well, I've been to Harbin Hot Springs up in Northern California a lot, and it's like a hippie clothing optional hot spring place.
Yeah.
The people wearing underwear stand out more than the people who aren't wearing underwear.
Sure.
It's like, why are you wearing underwear?
Dude, I think it'd be good for me to actually just fucking do it. So listen to this. This is kind of a sad story. When I was rushing a fraternity and we talked about, them peeing on us and stuff, after Hell Week, we were all in line to jump into the shower. And they told us to strip down. I didn't take my underwear off. And the guy's like, the fuck's wrong with you?
Yeah.
And I remember feeling so embarrassed because it was obvious why. So I was wearing like whitey tighties, covered in mud. All the pledges are going to the shower. And he's like, what are you doing, dude? And I was like, and I try to make up an excuse. And every dude was naked except me.
Yeah, that's gonna mark you. That's gonna mark you for sure.
So my point is, maybe what's prescribed is that you and I go skinny dipping.
Yeah.
Not broad daylight, maybe moonlight.
Yeah. Full moon.
And being like, hey,
full moon.
My eyes are up here, Shaun. My eyes are up here.
Well, yeah. Now you're making a huge point of it. I'm gonna have to see.
Well,
look, all I know is that it hits Vanessa just right.
Exactly.
That's all I need to know, dude.
I'm gonna buy a fucking t-shirt. All I know is it hits Vanessa just right.
This is a very rich part of the conversation, by the way. So thank you for sharing all that. It's very vulnerable of you. It's funny because I have a completely different relationship to being naked. I love being naked. I want to be naked all the time.
But your nakedness is more of like a free spirit naked. It's not like you opening a trench coat naked. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, it's not. And also,
like
it's funny. Like I've been in various shape in my life. Sometimes more burrito inspired, sometimes a little bit leaner,
more Chipotle.
Yeah, it depends on how I'm doing. But like it's so funny. Actually, I wanted to ask you if I'm a narcissist, and we should talk about this maybe next episode. Because I like being naked and I like being seen naked, but I'll go to hot springs and I will assume that I am the best looking dude there.
That's great, man. Confidence.
But I will tell
maybe you have a little bit of the exposition. How do you say it, Vanessa?
Voyeur. Yeah, the other one.
The other one. Exhibitionist. Yeah. I think maybe you have some of that.
Yeah, I definitely do. But also, when you go to these hot springs, like you said, it's a lot of like older people.
Yeah, right? It's old farts. Yeah, it's
and there's always a bunch of creepy dudes.
Balls.
This is a bunch of creepy dudes.
Yeah.
And I don't want to judge them, but I feel like I'm I'm better looking than they are. So that's why I like getting naked in those kinds of places. And I think you'd definitely be the most ripped dude at Esalen.
Yeah, but I don't see myself as some ripped dude. You keep saying that. I just see myself as
are you insane? You sent me that video of you. You sent me that video of you fucking working out with all your hot Palm Spring friends. And you're just like shredded. You're like a fucking.
Well, thank you. I have a horrible.
You remember He-Man? The little like action. That's you. You're He-Man.
I don't have abs. I have like one ab, but I also maybe I have body dysmorphia, Shaun. But anyway,
so do I.
Yes. So naked with other men for me, heavy lifting, and so maybe that is something that I will want to do. I think it would be easier for us if we were naked and also with females that were also naked. We did it as a group, almost like a high school jumping into the ocean kind of thing. I don't know.
I mean, that sounds fun to me too.
Yeah, I'm down.
Let's get Vanessa in there. And for your wedding. Is there
That's like a month or two. You want to do?
Yeah.
Bring the Molly.
No Molly necessary.
No, I need Molly.
Okay.
To get naked, I'm gonna need Molly.
You don't need Molly to get naked, but you can have it if you want it as sort of.
We'll be in Mexico. Water will be warm. It's co-ed, so there's gonna be girls there, and we'll be like, hey, here's what's prescribed.
Vanessa, me, you.
Yeah.
All of your other hot friends. We're going skinny dipping.
Yeah, let's just take our clothes off.
Friday.
Love it.
This is awesome.
Thank you for listening, everyone. Be well, and you know what? We love this community, and so engaging to this community. So thank you so much for
definitely
continuing this dialogue with us.
Yeah. Have a beautiful week, everybody.
Be well.
You click the button.